Kia ora, and welcome to Thursday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect New Zealand. I'm David Chaston, and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz, and today we lead with news. Financial markets are absorbing some conflicting American data and moving sideways, with the US dollar easing. There were two services PMIs out for the giant American economy today. The ISM version edged up slightly for November, notable because it was expected to edge down. And the result is the best in 9 months for this metric. The continued expansion in both business activity and new orders drove this outcome. Similarly, the S&P Global version for the US service sector reported an expansion, although less than in October. Both surveys noted high embedded inflation, however. And US industrial production rose 0.1% in September from August, following a downward revised 0.3% drop in August. This means from a year ago, American industrial production is up 1.6%, better than a decline, but nothing like how the tariff effects were sold. This activity was far better in the Obama years. But the ADP private sector payrolls report for November brought tough news. Businesses cut 32,000 jobs in November, following an upwardly revised 47,000 gain in October. Analysts were expecting this report to show a 10,000 rise, based on ADP's weekly report. But it is the biggest decline in payroll since March 2023, led by a 120,000 job drop at small businesses. We won't get the official non-farm payrolls report for November until December the 17th in its delayed restart. And the volume of mortgage applications in the US fell by 1.4% from the previous week in the last week of November to its lowest level in nearly 3 months. And that happened even though the key mortgage rates fell to a 4-week low. US vehicle sales were modest in November. They rose from October to 15.6 million units, but that is a long way down from the 16.7 million units in November 2024. Across the Pacific and China, their services sector continues to expand, driven by a sustained increase in new business, although the expansion slowed since October. China's local government debt continues to balloon as the lingering real estate slump has led to decreased income from property sales, pushing local government bond issuance for the year to a record high. The total owed by local governments in China and the local government financing vehicles that fund their projects now sits at a remarkable 134 trillion yuan. In the EU, producer prices were little changed in October from September, but from a year ago they've dipped 0.2%, so no inflation pressures from this direction. In Australia, their economy grew less than expected in the third quarter. Economic activity expanded 0.4% from the June quarter. Markets had expected a 0.7% expansion, as it had in the second quarter of 2025. Still, it was the 16th straight quarter of expansion. On a yearly basis, their GDP rose 2.1%, less than the forecasted 2.2%, and after a 2% growth in the second quarter. And the US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.07%, down 3 basis points from yesterday at this time. And the price of gold will start today at $4,218 an ounce, up $32 from yesterday. American oil prices are 50 cents firmer at just over $59 a barrel, while the international Brent price is just under $63 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is up 40 basis points from yesterday, still just under 57.7 US cents. Against the Aussie, though, we're unchanged at 87.4 Australian cents. Against the euro, we've also held at 49.4 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at just under 62.1 and up 20 basis points from yesterday. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $92,535 and up 1.9% from yesterday. Volatility over the past 24 hours has been modest, at just on plus or minus 1.8%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.